roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down, down to the earth. My roots go down.
This campaign commemorates the 400th anniversary of the first treaty between Native Americans and those who came from European shores far off. It paints a very powerful yet simple manner of us living together in peace and friendship.
The history of our nation is in the wampum belts. And when we make treaties, there's always a belt.
And in the two-row wampum, it stated, all the teachings that we shared from the great law of peace, we shared with these newcomers to the forest. And so in doing so, we also told them to be respectful of all and only take from Mother Earth is what you need to survive. And so this agreement came about. And what the two-row represents is the Haudenosaunee people, Unkwehonwe, in their canoe, traveling down the river of life alongside the newcomers in their vessel, their ship. And in the canoe it has all our ways, our cultures, our songs, our dances, what belongs to us. And in the boat has the same for them, all their ways, their religions, their cultures, their clothes, their all. And the agreement was that we could live side by side, traveling down the river of life, not to cross paths with each other, not to interfere with each other's ways, cultures, songs, ceremonies, and not to pass laws on to each other, but yet travel side by each down the river of life and enjoy the bounties Mother Earth provides for us, as what was stated in the great law, peace. And so this agreement was a trade agreement, was peace, friendship, forever.
We have the Treaty of 1775. We have the Treaty of 1776. We have the Treaty of 1784, Fort Stanwix. We have the Treaty of 1789, Fort Harmer. He said, we need another one. Canandaigua. That was made by your president, George Washington, as a promise to the Six Nation Confederation that we would have peace and security in our lands as long as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, as long as the river runs downhill, and as long as the grass is green.
The United States' responsibility to live up to these promises in the covenant chain of treaties is encoded directly into the Constitution. Article 6 states, "This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, of which shall be made, under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding."
Work continuously to remind our brothers of these agreements, and that we're living side by side, traveling the river of life, not to interfere with each other's business.
400 years later, you've lost your paper, and you don't treat the Native people as a people. Don't recognize them as someone with human rights. This has to change.
There are already scores of people in various communities throughout New York State who are very excited about this campaign, who look forward to working with us to make this year's campaign successful and to follow up on it by changing the policies of New York State that restrict the rights of Native people, that continue the cultural genocide that has been going on for 400 years, practices that we need to stop.
not fair. It's not equitable. What about the disruption to the Onondaga people from the loss of their homeland? Their sacred lake has been turned into the most polluted in the country. They're deprived of their cultural, historical, and spiritual connection to that lake. What about that disruption?
That it is most important to recognize wrongdoing and injustice as it happened, and have our people hear that it's recognized, have your people hear that it's recognized, and then look for ways to find a just way to make things right.
The two-row is not just about the past. It's not just about 400 years ago. Our campaign isn't just about the past and 400 years ago. It's about now and the present, and for the future as well. As neighbors of the Onondaga Nation, we've been working with the Onondaga Nation for over 13 years, working in peace and friendship. The first thing we had to do was learn to listen. The thing we kept hearing was about this two-row, about this agreement that we'll travel the river of life side by side and not try to steer each other's boats. And as neighbors of the Onondaga Nation, we really found that to be a good guidebook. It's a way for us to understand how to be good allies. It's a way for us to understand how to move down the river of life together with the Onondaga Nation.
I think, a lot of people, especially young people these days, really sense that now is the time where we really have a choice, where we can pick up those responsibilities that have been dropped, to responsibilities to other people and to the land.
As we thought about how to educate people throughout New York State and beyond, how to get this on people's radar, we looked at this 400th anniversary of this foundational treaty and saw this as an important vehicle to get people to consider these issues. And we knew that you have to grab people's attention. So we developed this concept of bringing to life the two-row wampum.
So we'll be going down the Hudson River in two rows, side by side down the river of life, basically conveying the ideals of the two-row in peace, friendship, and in parallel forever down the river of life, finally ending up into Manhattan and crossing Manhattan over to the United Nations building.
We've been working with people along the Hudson River. There's, like Hickory said, there's going to be lots of different events along the way, educational events, lacrosse events, environmental events, and we're always looking for more people to get involved.
What we hope to achieve in this journey is to educate the people so that they do their part individually as peoples to protect Mother Earth and all the waters that flow for future generations.
As neighbors, we feel it's our responsibility to call on our government and our people to live up to the treaties which have been signed in our name. That's what democracy means, and we're trying to bring it to life. The two-row is alive here in central New York, and our goal is to bring it to life throughout New York State and beyond, and to make it healthy again. Honoring Native treaties.
To protect